This is getting statewide attention. Take a look. Our NBC chopper was overhead late this afternoon. More than 1,000 people down below, many of them teenagers, hit the streets of Santa Rosa protesting the shooting death of 13-year-old Andy Lopez. The shooting was last week, but the controversy continues today.
Andy Lopez is not have to die! Andy Lopez is not have to die!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
He was a 24-year-old veteran, and he couldn't tell the difference between a fake gun and a real gun?
We want justice. We want killer cops off the streets. And rest in peace, brother. We love you.
I would hope that we do get justice and that that police officer goes to jail, because this is not right and this shouldn't happen.
We will stand next to Andy's family. We will not stop to fight.
I've known that kid since what? First, second grade? It hurts me to be up here today because it just does. It's hurtful, and knowing him that long and now not believing he's gone. I was at his funeral. It was not him on that casket. It was not. We want justice, and we're gonna get justice.
It could have easily been my son, my little brother who loves to play with guns. It could have easily been him. My son, his name is Angel, but right now, today, he is Andy Lopez.
It is not okay that these people up here are using excuses, the same excuses every single time that they were scared for their lives. They work with guns every single day, and they should know the difference between a real gun and a fake gun.
Right.
I want to see justice for Andy Lopez and anybody else who got shot by police officers and sheriffs. I think it's truly beautiful to see everyone around here, to see a community together, to come together to demand change and justice for Andy Lopez. I came here not only just to fight for Andy Lopez, but for all victims of police brutality, because this is unjust, this is unfair. And I refuse to stand here and just let this unjust system collapse itself on its citizens. I demand change.
I just want to express my gratitude and appreciation to all our young people here today. Sigan adelante. You are our future of tomorrow. You are the future leaders. You are the future doctors, the future lawyers.
That's right.
I want you guys to stay strong and be proud of who you are. Échenle ganas, and we are a movement, so we gotta keep the movement going.
3 years ago, I lost my son by the hands of Stockton police and the sheriff. They shot my son, James Earl Rivera, 48 times, 18 into his body. He was 16 years old. I would never see my son have children. I would never see my son graduate. I would not see nothing regarding but my son. I'm out here standing on behalf of all our mothers who are losing our children every day.
My 4 brown sons, 3 of them have been beaten, categorized, criminalized, and imprisoned because they're brown. Thank you. But I want to say I'm sorry to all the mothers that have to go home tonight. And we have to be afraid for repercussions from the cops and what they're going to do while we're sleeping to our brown children. Eric Gilhouse is a deputy sheriff who is known in Roseland and in Santa Rosa as a racist, as a bully. Eric Gilhouse, that deputy, has already been sued by Latino families because he brutalized and beat their children. Eric Gilhouse is a racist who brags on the internet and gives advice to other police on how they can shoot at people who are waving fake guns and get away with it.
Right.
Eric Gilhouse is a premeditated murderer. And if any one of us did what he did, we would be in jail. A badge is not a license to kill.
The conversation about a gun, keep in mind, there was no gun.
That's right. No gun.
To tell him to put the gun down was confusing because he did not have a gun. I have sent many cases to the district attorney's office for shooting African American men and Hispanics, and never have any of them been prosecuted except in the Oscar Grant case because the community rose up and demanded it.
You need to know that these police are murdering us, okay? And it's sad because my brother, he was unarmed and he was attacked by the Vallejo Police Department, shot over 30 times. Damn! He was shot through the center of his hands, in his mouth, in his chest, okay? He was unarmed and all they had to do is say they feared for their lives. You need to understand that after my brother was dead, they zip-tied his hands. How do you handcuff a person that's dead? We need to stand up. We need to unite. These police, they will try to intimidate you. They will try to shut you down to keep you silent. This is how they're able to succeed, by dividing us, divide and conquer. That is their strategy, okay? We need to let them know that we will not let this be swept under the rug. We're fighting for justice. We do not want to see another justification by the district attorney. This is not fair. We need to let them know that our lives matter. We will not stop from Santa Rosa all the way to New York. I remember contact with some of our other families with all of our contacts across the country. This is going nationwide until we see this officer prosecuted. Immediately! And do not let them distract you by saying that the people coming from outside the city are the ones who are that you need to fear. That's who you need to fear right there. The officers who come out of their cars and shoot innocent children in 10 seconds, those are the people that you should fear. But they're afraid of us. They're afraid of our voices. They're afraid of us joining together. They don't want this to happen. Too bad! It's happening!
Never in history has this been done here in Santa Rosa. Look behind you. You made your voices heard. Don't stop. They are afraid of you. Look at what they're doing. They're posted up there with automatic rifles. They got the helicopters up there just for you.
We got snipers on the roof right now prepared to assault these children if anything should go wrong.
Yeah!
Right. When we preach out here, we preach an end to all police brutality and terrorism. It's not going to happen by breaking windows. It's going to happen by thousands of us doing what we're doing today, flooding these streets, flooding City Hall, flooding United States Government Hall, flooding every police station in this state until they see that we will not rest until they stop putting bullets in the backs of our babies.
Let them hate as long as they fear. That's been the slogan not only of the Roman Empire, but of every empire that oppresses people. But when the people no longer agree to fear, then the end of that system is near. And the people, all of you who came out today, show that you have no fear. Each one of these cops with their riot gear, and their pepper spray guns, and their handcuffs, and their military service weapon, and their gun that they have in their boot, and their helmets are wearing probably $10,000 each in equipment. Helicopters are burning $1,000 an hour in fuel to fly over here and spy on our peaceful march and protest. This is fucked up priorities right here. That's what that is. Excuse my language. We need to spend that money on education. On educating kids.
You should, on an ongoing basis, organize, present yourself at public meetings with the city council, the board of supervisors, and I will guarantee you that they will be responsive. You have a situation where transparency, accountability are very, very important. And if you do not demand it, it will never occur.
Right.
What will happen? It is important that you continue beyond the day. Because shortly after a homicide has taken place like this, we're all upset. But I can guarantee that if you continue daily, monthly, yearly, you will get some positive reaction. What you want to do is bring about change.
Right.
And you want the officers to be accountable.
Yes!
The department to be accountable.
Yes!
Aside from prosecution, but you want this officer to be terminated from the department.
We are connecting the struggles from Vallejo, from Oakland to Manteca. All of you are going to be held accountable for your murdering ways. None of us, not one of us warrior sisters here are going anywhere. And I got one final message from my mother of Alan Blue, for the beautiful boy on my shirt, murdered by Miguel Masso of the Oakland Police Department. My message from Jerry Lynn, and this is repeat after me, crowd. All power to the people! All power!